back 40k fans to this Battleforged Brothers project update. Stu from the channel, and today I'm going to be showing you just a bit of a project update really. As you've more than likely seen, Graham's focusing on his Armies on Parade with the Primaris Marines for the Armies on Parade this year at the Metro Centres Games Workshop. I've decided not to do that this time around, mainly because of time, and I'm working on stuff more for the channel and more for my armies. So in this video, I want to quickly show you, just to give you an insight about what will be happening on the channel in regards to what models you'll be expecting to see, what armies as well, because there's some new armies that will be making an appearance. With 8th dropping, obviously we've got quite, me and Graham, we've both got quite varied collections, which you have seen in the battle reports that we've got, and I'm hoping that you like what you see in regards to the models that are on there. But with 8th dropping, as with everything else, it's an excuse to get some new toys. So there is a couple of units that I'm going to show you today. Some of them are painted, some of them unpainted. Just stuff that's currently on the hobby table at the moment, and also for different factions as well. So first of all, in regards, very quickly before I move on to what projects are currently working on, obviously terrain's one of the things we've been working on. You'll see them on the battle reports, but for battle reports, the next battle report should be getting uploaded at the back end of September. The reason for this, obviously, we did do it on Facebook, but just to give it a bit of a heads up, we haven't stopped the channel, nothing like that. It's purely because of holidays, just time to fit games in. We haven't got a backlog built up yet, so Graham's obviously on holiday, and I'm going on holiday pretty much the week that he gets back. So we decided put it on hold for a bit, and we'll put some the quick updates like that. And purely because we can't get the time to finish the to get the games in. Next game that should be getting uploaded potentially will be Tyrannid game against Necrons. May get uploaded next, maybe another one, but that's what we're thinking of filming soon. So thanks for sticking with us for that, but we'll get the battle reports back up again as soon as Graham returns and I return. So very quickly, for the update, I hope you like the poster as well. Obviously that's from the latest White Dwarf, and I thought it was quite fitting to put all my armies stamping all over them, because a little bit of a dig at Graham. He's the Imperial player and I'm more the Chaos and Xenos. So without further ado, what I'll do is the armies that I'm currently working on for updates wise is Eldar is one of them. It's a very small update. I don't really plan on adding a great deal to the Eldar because I've got pretty much everything. But just working on Wraithguard at the moment. As you can see, these are totally unpainted. I had them a while ago, back in 6th edition, and I sold them. That I just wasn't using them enough, and it was a bit of a bum move, to be honest. And they went to a new home, and their new home, I believe, is the Dark Artisans channel. Sorry, yes, on the Dark Artisans channel, Sean bought them off me. I don't know if Sean, one of the guys who appears on the channel sometimes. But yeah, stuck them with the D-Scythes. I still like D-Scythes in this edition. I know I'm probably going to get some flack for that because D-Cannons are quite good. But I still like the D-Scythes. I think they're a pretty decent weapon. And in my Eldar force, I've got quite a lot of other weapons that can pack some punch. So working on them at the moment. Also working on the Warpunter, Forge World Warpunter. That is currently undercoated at the moment. If you haven't seen the Warpunter, just get it off the painting table there. Most people will know what a Warpunter looks like, but for those of you who've never even heard what it is, it's a Forge World model, and it is awesome. So that's currently on the painting table. The big massive D cannon there. It is a bit lethal as well. So just with the shuriken cannon underneath. Love the fins on the side. You've probably seen one on the channel actually, because Graham's got a Warpunter as well, and I think it's about time that I brought some big guns to bear. So currently working on that. so that's pretty much for the Eldar. As you've seen, the Eldar, I've got quite a lot of collection for that. The next is the Thousand Suns. Now there's a few units working on for these. Now there's one that's painted, and there's 3 that are unpainted. But working on Harlequin, love the model. Can't wait to start work on him, but I am concentrating on something else at the moment. Love the disc and the pattern, so not going to magnetize. I don't think. Well, I might magnetize them actually, but I think the meta is to run them on the disc. So I think I'll be running them on the disc primarily. I just love the fact that obviously you've got the, you know, the powers, kind of the ethereal form of something conjuring, wrapping around them. I think it's an amazing miniature. Might not use them in all the games, but nice to have them out. So that's Harlequin. We also have a bit of a big one, this one. I haven't actually finished working on this yet, but I did decide to go for a Chaos Land Raider. Now, same again, I might get some flack for this because a lot of people, especially with Deep Strike being more reliable now, it's kind of, well, is it justifiable for the points for transporting Terminators? It won't feature in all the games for Thousand Suns. Obviously, las cannons on it because las cannons are, well, las cannons, they're awesome. So I haven't finished working on it yet because I'm wanting to get some. I don't know what I'm going to do with the top. To be honest, I don't know whether to kind of try and convert it and make it look more Thousand Suns looking, but obviously the door's on there, and I've stuck some more like Zine symbols around on the other side. Helpful if I turn it around that way, yeah, just on the door there. A couple of other things I'm thinking of doing as well. I didn't want to do it totally Chaos, which you'll see when I come to the other unit, because I feel as though Thousand Suns, they are a Chaos Legion, but I feel as though they're not over the top, such as things like the World Bearers and Khorne and all that, where it's all spikes and skulls and blood all over the place. I feel as though the Thousand Suns have a little bit more, well, I don't know, decorum, and mutations do exist, but I didn't want to go over the top on the tank. So that's the Land Raider there, just sticking all the way for now, unpainted of course. Now next one is painted, and I got this one before the Land Raider, and this is for lower point games, but I decided to go for a Chaos Predator, and same with the Zine symbols, and taking off the ends of these. So the turret is also removable, and that's mainly for games terms, just so I can put some smoke on there as well. I know Rex don't kind of mean anything, but it's I think it looks cool when smoke's bellowing out the top of it. And obviously dirtied it up and everything as well. This will be the same style that I'm looking for the Land Raider. A couple more symbols around there as well. I think it turned out pretty decent. I might end up weathering it down a little bit more as well. A couple of maybe paint chips, but not too sure. Leave your comments as well to see, you know, whether you prefer nice and clean. I know it's not the cleanest because I have dirtied it down the bottom. Might end up putting some paint chips and stuff like that along it. So that's the Chaos Predator, and of course had to go with las cannons because they're awesome. So next, 4,000 Suns, very quickly, these are just 2 small units I'm going to show, well, 2 small models I'm going to show you. I haven't worked on these yet, but these, I'm planning on painting these soon because they don't take too long. But I decided to go with demons, to stick some demons in, so I decided to go for pink horrors. I'm planning on getting blue and brimstone, mix things up a bit. I think they look really cool. Some of the poses, not so much, but I mean things like this one, and this one reaching out with, you know, the extra arms and stuff like that. I think they look really cool, especially with the pink horrors and stuff like that. I just think they'll work quite well as a screen as well with the 4+ invuns. So that's them. So that's it for Thousand Suns. Moving on to the next faction, which is the Tyranids. Currently working on revamping some of the Tyranid stuff. So these are still in the box. Most Tyranid players might probably guess what these are going to be. However, I was tempted to go for 2 boxes of these at the time, but concentrating on too much. And I decided to go for some nice little Gene Stealers. So just on the back of that, they're still in the box at the moment. I haven't even unclipped them yet, but I've always liked Gene Stealers, and especially in 8th, they are quite lethal. So they're on the table for the Tyranids. We've got some more on the way for Gene Stealers, so I'll work on Gene Stealers for the Tyranids, and then I think I may be getting some Raveners as well. Always like Raveners, and I think I might be able to work a way around to get them at work. So last but not least is the new army, which you've probably heard on the channel a few times, the Harlequins. So I'm getting through them slowly but surely, because they do take a long time for the colour scheme I've chose, because I went for the Midnight Sorrow scheme. So I'm working on the bases at the moment, and I'm trying to go for a sun kind of tanned look, similar to what you see for Tau sometimes, where it's like a more of a yellowy desert rather than what I've done for me Thousand Suns, which is more of like a dark, deep desert. So very quickly for these, we've got the Death Chester here. He's not amazing, but I've always liked the model, so I'll probably stick maybe 1 or 2 in the Force. Obviously just sand on there at the moment, waiting. It is dry, I'm just waiting to get it painted, so he'll be appearing soon for the Harlequins. Next model is one of my favourite releases that they did, which was the Solitaire. Pleased they brought him back, and I had to make him nice and ominous, looking quite scary. So same again, his base needs done, and decided I love this little thing that they added as well, as though the suit's kind of breaking up, like the hologram is breaking up with the light or water or bullets, anything like that, kind of ricocheting across it. So that's the Solitaire. Next is the actual troop units. Now the troop master, I'll not show you the whole thing yet. What we'll do is I'll take a step back and I'll show you the whole unit as one. But I've got a troop master here. I've equipped him with the Caress, and at the moment he's got a pistol, shuriken pistol. I'm thinking about converting this off and changing it for a fusion. I do have fusion in the troop, but for rules wise, may stick it on him because he's hitting on 2s. Bit of a pain painting, because obviously I decided to do the diamonds, and I'm not the best at diamonds. I think I've done pretty decent for the diamonds on it, to be fair. But there is a lot of other people out there, especially on the Harlequins group and the Eldar page on Facebook, who are just absolutely unbelievable painters. So that's the troop master. Let's stick him over there. And just a regular troop, that this guy's obviously armed with the fusion pistol. So obviously with the swords, and decided to go for like the purple hair, Midnight Sorrow scheme as well. I thought it tied quite well because I'm quite fluffy. Ties quite well in with me Ulthuii Craft World. So that's that. Because with them operating quite close to the Eye of Terror, I thought, Ulthuii is obviously quite close to the Eye of Terror as well. So next we've got the Skyweaver. I do have another one painted up as well, but I'll just show you the one for now. It does have a haywire cannon on. I know there's a lot of people saying go with shuriken cannons now, but I am having bigger units of these, so I think a couple of mix, maybe it's 1 or 2. I've got 2 of these, and maybe the rest of them will all have shuriken cannons, just to have a bigger unit, and with the Zephyr Clave on. And this down here is another little nod to me Craft World, with this plain Ulthuii, obviously the black and bone. I just decided to put that on as a little nod, a little wink to my Craft World force. So that is that. So I've got another one of them painted up as well, and obviously I also have a Starweaver painted up as well. So Starweaver, I decided not to attach the people on here, mainly for game terms, so that I can stick, I can represent, that this troop is, if I can get him in, of course, sit him on there, represents that he's there. I just think it was easy, and also it was just nice to be able to focus more on the troops that are actually going to be doing stuff in battle rather than just for the aesthetic reasons. But with the dual shuriken cannons, of course, as well. Just, I can give you a look at the bottom as well with the launchers underneath there. I decided to go for like a purple highlight across this and blending it in, and just a bit of freehand for the diamonds. I think it worked quite well. I just wanted to kind of replicate the fact that they've got hollow fields built into it, and it's kind of breaking up the pattern, to dazzle your enemy and things like that. So I was quite happy with that. So apart from that, that is the updates that I've done for this force. They are coming on. So what we'll do is I'll just take a quick step back and I'll show you what I've got for the Harlequins. I'll not bother showing you the other stuff because they're all just works in progress. But we'll take a quick step back and I'll show you the whole lot, just so you can see what it looks like, what I've got on the painting table at the moment. Right, so as you can see, this is what the Harlequin force looks at this time. It's, like I say, it is quite small. except apart from the solitaire, I've essentially got the exact same to go over again. So I've got one of the Star Weaver working on the go at the moment. I've got the another 2 jet bikes and another troop and another, of course, another Death Jester as well. Plan on getting, obviously building it up, getting as fast as I can to get these done. But most people, obviously, who's playing Harlequins and painting them, you know, you will know that don't rush them. Of course, I want this army to look a showcase, and I think it works quite well the way that it is. So, so that is the Harlequins, and that is the end of this update as well. So I hope you have enjoyed, you know, looking at the Harlequins, getting a bit of a sneak peek. So they will hopefully be on the channel probably, I would say, in the next month or so. Just like I say, I don't want to get them rushed. I don't want to rush them out. So they will hopefully be appearing as soon as possible. And everything else that's appearing on the channel, obviously the new units, Armies on Parade, that Graham's doing. So check that out as well. And I hope you've enjoyed looking at the armies, especially the Harlequins as well. I think they're going to be a nice addition to the channel. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Like I say, if you haven't already subscribed or liked any of the videos, like I say, just check us out, Battleforge Brothers. And thank you very much for watching, and tune in next time.